All right, on your desk you have a study sheet. All the things you need to know for your test in our next lesson. If you're watching on YouTube, you have this study sheet as a link in the description of the video. So click on that link, bring up that study sheet. Make sure you know this stuff. And I guess since you have the study sheet, we don't have to have class today. So we'll just kidding. We at least have to check your homework and make sure you did well on that. So take out your books, turn to page 30. I got your hopes up. That's just evil of me, isn't it? No. Pages 39 to 40. Yes. You did 33 to 60, just the teal problems, and then also did 63 and 64 on that next page, page 40. So have those out. Bueno. Practice with factoring. Bueno. Muy bueno. Muy mucho bueno. I don't know what comes after that, so we'll just stop.
Why did I just do that?
Because you were the first person. It got better as we went along.
What?
All right. All right. Number 33. You were trying to factor out the common factor from each polynomial. What did you get for your answer on number 33, Maddie? Good. 3xy times the quantity, x to the fifth, negative 12x squared, positive 20x, negative 11. Number 34, what did you get for your factored answer? She's Maddie. Abby. I was like, I know it sounds sort of like Maddie. No, there's no M, it's Abby.
12d squared f times the quantity 4d squared f negative 5d positive 3k.
Good. And by the way, if you like the beautiful chalkboard you see behind you, that was courtesy of first Michael and then Brandon, and then Abby decided to rescue them and get the board clean. But this is the result of hard work by 3 of your classmates, virtually. All right. So the answer once again that she got was 12d squared f times the quantity 4d squared f negative 5d positive 3k. Number 36, Kendall.
3r minus 1 times the quantity x plus 18.
Good, the quantity 3r negative 1 is a common binomial times the quantity x positive 18. Number 37, when you factor that perfect square trinomial, Michael.
D plus 6 squared.
D plus 6 quantity squared. Number 38, Audrey.
M plus 4 squared.
M plus 4 quantity squared. Turn the page. Number 43, factoring a difference of squares. Or difference between two squares, but I'm lazy. Difference of squares. What did you get, Genesis, for 43?
3x plus 5 times 3x minus 5.
Good, 3x plus 5 times 3x minus 5. Number 44, Brandon.
4h minus 9, 4h plus 9.
Good, 4h negative 9 times 4h positive 9, or vice versa. I usually put the sum first, then the difference. Number 49, when you factor the difference of cubes, Maddie. Great job. R negative 3 times the quantity r squared positive 3r positive 9. Number 50, when you factor that difference of same odd powers, Abby.
The quantity 2y negative 1 times the quantity 4 y to the fourth positive 2y cubed positive 4y squared positive 8y positive 16.
I see what you did. Let's take a look at 50. We've got a 32y to the fifth negative 1. And the key, of course, here, Abby, is you had to think of 32 as a number to a power. And you thought of it as?
2 to the fifth. 2
to the fifth power. So we have a 2 to the fifth y to the fifth minus, and we could think of this as 1 to the fifth. And so your binomial, you said 2y minus 1, correct? And I think you already figured out what you did, but in the first term, we've got to start with the entire 2y to 1 power less. So 2 to the fourth, y to the fourth, or in other words,
16y to the fourth.
And then we've got to have 2 cubed y cubed, or
8y to the 8y cubed.
And then 2 squared y squared.
4y squared.
And then 2y, and then gone, right? And then the 1 is going to start out gone. Then 1 to the first, but that's just 1, and anything times 1 is itself. Then 1 squared, which is 1, which anything times 1 is itself. And then y cubed, which is 1, and anything times 1 is itself. And then 1 to the fourth, which is 1, and we have to write it because there wasn't anything already there. And then you're right about the signs, though, all positive. So the 2 wasn't here to us, and the 2 descends with the y. And that was the key. How many had this correct answer, though? All right, questions on this one? Questions on this one? So it's a good thing we looked at it because it wasn't just Abby who had a struggle with that. Questions? All right, looking at number 51, and let's go to Kendall.
4m squared plus 9p squared times the quantity 2m plus 3p times the quantity 2m minus 3p.
Good. It's a difference of odd powers, which is a difference of squares. Or excuse me, a difference of even powers, which is a difference of squares, sum and difference. But then in the sum and difference, you had a difference of squares, so that had to factor again into another sum and difference. Great job. The answer again, 4m squared plus 9p squared times 2m plus 3p times 2m minus 3p. Excellent. Number 55, backwards foiling the quadratic trinomial, Michael.
The quantity of k plus 6 times the quantity of k minus 5.
Great job. K plus 6 times k minus 5. Number 56, Aubrey. I do have an Aubrey in one of my other classes. Audrey.
G minus 4 times G minus 11.
Good. G negative 4 times G negative 11. Number 59, Genesis.
1x plus 4y times the x minus 1y.
Look at your outer inner. What do you get from your outer inner? 11xy. What do you need to have? Number 59. Negative. So all we have to do is switch the signs, make it an x negative 4y and a 3x positive y. And then number 60, Brandon.
Quantity 5u plus 6v times quantity 3u minus 1v.
Good. 5u plus 6v, 3u minus 1v, or just 3u minus v. On number 63, factoring by grouping, what did you get for your answer there, Maddie? Good. X positive 2 times 3x squared positive 4. And then on number 64, what did you get for your answer there, Abby?
3y negative 1 times the quantity of 10y squared negative 3.
Good. I like you to emphasize the number 10 with a short E sound. 3y negative 1 times the quantity 10y squared negative 3 is correct. Hey, I didn't pick on you much at all last year. You can't complain. Brecken took it all last year for you. So, all right. Was anyone perfect on the entire homework assignment? This was a good long assignment. One? Good. Anyone just missed one of the problems? Wow, most of you. Good. Missed 2? 5? Just kidding. Just 2. All right. The one or ones we missed. Do we understand them, or do we need to see any of them worked out? Number 64. Let's take a look there. And this was the only one you missed, you said?
Yes.
All right, great job. All right, so with the 4-term polynomial, factoring by grouping, we want to look at the first group, and what's common here?
I pulled out a 5.
Well, you could pull out a 5, but notice the ending zeros. There's something even better. 10, yeah, and in addition to 10, also the... And if we pull out a 10y squared, then in parentheses... I should leave it alone. I don't know why. 10y squared. Brandon feels no pity, though. We pull out 10y squared. What are we left with?
Y.
Well, dividing here.
Oh, 3y minus.
And then here, what's common?
Negative 3.
And we pull that out, or divide by the negative 3.
3y plus 1.
Down.
Oh, minus 1.
Minus 1. And now we can see that in these two terms, there's a 3y minus 1. And once we pull that out, all that's left is a 10y squared negative 3. And there's our answer. All right. Questions on this one? Questions on any other ones? Any others we need to see worked out? Going once. Going twice. Gone. Clear desk except for one clean sheet of paper. And a pencil. One clean sheet of paper. And a pencil. I'm messing up the beautiful work of my diligent students who worked so hard to make your chalkboard look nice. And now it looks like that. You know, if you lose some, you lose some. That's what I always say. All right, first clean sheet of paper,
Wow.
and a pencil, everything else away. First last name at the top of your paper, along with today's date, which is 9/2/21. 9/2/21, today's date. 9/2/21, today's date. Sticking together. There we go. All right, very straightforward. You have 10 polynomials. Factor them. Do not get stuck on one. If you look at one and you can't figure it out, move on. You do not have time to sit there and stare. You will have 15 minutes to complete this quiz. Those watching on YouTube, the video will end and we'll resume when we get into our other test review.